Okay, what is flapping, everyone? That's one hell of an intro, man. We're freaking back, dude. I don't know if you guys know what this Sam Dam just happened the last 7 days. It was crazy, man. I'll tell you all about it. What do we got? New followers, interactions, whatever. I'm not in it for the followers, man. I'll tell you that. Let's see. Last 30 days. Why would it say? Oh, fuck. That's crazy. Hold on a sec. Butter, we are freaking back, dude. Don't even Cornish me around. TikTok. Who owns TikTok now? It's not the Chinese, apparently. This is going to be huge, Butter Dog. New Hampshire's awesome, Butter. I would just fluster into the woods there and just vibrationally. You guys got a fire going there in New Hampshire, Butter? Thanks there, Chalk28. Guys, you won't believe this Chalk28 guy. He a big fan, put it that way. You know, yo, Seaton, Laura said, is that a real fire? Does it ever look real in the reflection of that plate with Jesus and Mary? You know what that is, eh? Okay, let me get the link. Got the link. Let's go to Telegram, where everyone gives me the middle finger on anything I post in there for some reason. Let's freaking give her, man. You're an idiot. Let's see what the... Oh, and we have the cat, too. Yo, Chalk28, did you even notice the cat, man? Okay, let's get this thing bumping. I'll go live quick on the old IG. Thank God, man. Introducing the Instagram map. I don't need it. Was it 7 days we've been deleted for? That's interesting. This guy sent me a reel yesterday at noon. But my account wasn't back yesterday at noon. So it's very interesting that it would detect it as... But yeah, otherwise it was a week ago. Wow. Yo, what's up, Teeth? A whitening. What's your name? Hold on a sec. Holy crap, you sent me a ton of freaking reels, man. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing it. But anyway, Teeth Whitening, welcome. I'm back on Instagram now because we are freaking back. And I didn't leave this platform. I got Micron temporarily suspended. So we are freaking back, man. Are you kidding me? Yo, Butter, just so you know, James Giraldo in the chat, in the DMs, I'm sure you've seen a million times. He also is like a tank commander from the, whatchamacallit, like Desert Storm, and he's a major chalk enjoyer. So, Butter said, bro turned his coziness settings to the max. Yo, Chalk28, are you watching or what? It's a cozy night, man. It's not like, come on, man. Okay, let me shout out the live on Instagram. This is freaking shocking, dude. Hold on a sec. Okay. I only took a peek at the files, but I had no idea how to interpret what I was seeing. So much redacted on it. Really, eh, dude? It's freaking shocking, man. I'm not surprised. We're going to be talking... Guys, if you're joining now, just so you know, like, this is not some... What do we got? 57 people. You know, this isn't some, like, willy-nilly stream. Like, you know that this is our first stream since coming back to Instagram because our account was deleted. And do you know how much money? Let's have a guess. Everyone comment below how much money you think it cost to get my account back on Instagram. Because someone has a side hustle, put it that way. So comment in the comments now. In fact, the person who guesses closest to the amount will give you a free chalk minerals, but just wait, I'll tell you how the deal works. But free minerals if you guess the right amount of how much it took. Yeah, micro shakedown. If you guess the amount of money it costed to get my Instagram account back and you guess it properly, then you will get a free minerals. Let me announce we're live on Instagram, and then we'll get this freaking thing going, dude. Let's see. Title. Let's see. 650 Canadian. Dude, that would be dope, Thrax. If it was to 650, that would be freaking awesome. What should this title be? Files dropped. Alien spacecraft above New York. No, I'm just kidding. I could say that. Alien spacecraft probing Earth now. I know that some of you smarty pantses are watching and listening and going, you know what's going on here. What do we got? Got to clip some coins, bruv. Dude, you know it, man. Coin clip into the max. Yes, paper doll, it costs money, but you got to think about who are we paying? That's what you got to think. Do you think I paid Instagram to get the account back? You got to be thinking. Shout out to Paper Doll. By the way, guys, Paper Doll's all the way in Australia. Like, she's not willy-nillying around. The lockdowns, she couldn't leave her house, but she did anyway. She snuck out. She wore one of those glasses that block the facial recognition. She was safe. She's way in Australia, man, down under, literally. But down under actually only makes sense on a globe, which we know we're not on. So she's actually not down under. She's over on a flat Earth map. Down under. Are they upside down? Like, stupid thing, man. Do your guys' toilets flush backwards, by the way? Like the swirl does. Apparently it goes the other way. Mega 3i Atlas 3D probe entering. But are you an idiot, dude? We have some pretty close guesses, but some of you guys are willy-nillying it because only like 4 of you have commented. So literally comment your ass off right now to guess how much you think it costs to get the account back. I'm going to announce this live on Instagram now, and everyone just take a seat, relax. We got a lot to unpack here, dude. I can't believe they actually dropped the old files, man, finally. And so much of it's redacted, too. I'm sure we'll never really... we got some good guesses. We got good guesses. 7,500, 9,800. We got 3,700. I'll tell you guys who's the winner. Someone might already be pretty close to the winter. Why am I thinking of winter? Oh, because it's a blizzard outside. That's right. Welcome everyone on Instagram. So guys, do you understand that like we just got our account back? Like this is freaking huge, dude. Do you know my account was deleted for 7 days? We got it back. I'm going to tell you how we got it back. And because we're celebrating getting this account back, which is like a pretty big deal, dude. I was about to, yo, Jeff, shout out to the Shilajit, man. We'll give you some Shilajit, man. I was about to hit like 937,000 followers is the max I was at in 2021. And I got my account deleted then. Boom, we got it deleted at 934. We're about to surge past our all-time record. But in celebration of that, we also are giving away some free chocolate because we got to recoup, man. It cost a freaking arm and a leg to get this account back. I'm going to tell you how much it was, and we're going to go over these files and the alien probe that's probing Earth right now. Do you feel it? You're being probed. I don't know where. But we're talking about this in real time right now on my Rumble live stream channel, which is on Rumble right now. We're live on Rumble. So if you click the link in my bio, it goes to Rumble. And Rumble is free to download, free speech, free to watch, and no censorship. It's freaking awesome. Shout out to Jala129. Jeff Gano, you're getting the Shilajit, dude. I'll hold the slot for you, bro. You probably need it. You know testosterone levels are down like 50% in the last 50 years, eh? Okay, so come on over to Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. We'll see you guys there. We got to talk about these freaking files, man, and this island and Nickelodeon and everything, all right? I do have a fire behind me, dude. Full-blown blasting. It's the lovely EMFs. I'll tell you all about it. Okay, see you guys on Rumble. Much love, everyone. We're doing a giveaway, all right, as well. Okay, we'll see you there. Oh, shit. Archive. Oh, damn. No, just done, man. Done. Oh, that's interesting. All the videos that's interesting. All the videos I posted on my backup page are now giving credit, quote unquote, to my main. Hopefully that doesn't affect their reach though. Anyway, welcome everyone. This is actually a pretty serious deal. Like, do not willy-nilly around this, like with these files being released and everything. Weird nightly rains lately, now a winter heat dome. Dre, we are in a dome, man. That's probably why it feels dome-like. Welcome everyone. So first things first, before we get into the files and the alien probe that's probing you right now, can you feel it? We are doing something, a little bit of a giveaway action, because in honor and in celebration of us getting our live back. So the way the deal works is, if you guess how much money, the closest, I'm going to do it like in probably 3 minutes. Guess how much money it cost to pay a guy to secretly probe Instagram Meta and turn my account back on. Guess how much it costs. And if you win the guess and you guess closest to it, you get a free chalk minerals, which you may not know much about minerals because school really didn't really teach us shit about it because they don't want you knowing. But basically, every single mineral ignites a different biological process in your body. And today, even if you're eating 100% organically, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. So it's a bit of a shitstorm. If you think of a mineral as a spark plug, because they ignite biological processes, then picture this. Basically what happens is, if you're deficient in even just one mineral, it can cause total body imbalance. I'm going to set a timer for like 90 seconds. And in 90 seconds, I will announce the winner of who guesses how much money it was to get my account back. In US dollars, by the way. We're not talking euros here, okay? Get rid of the euro emoji, because we're talking cash money. So, as I was saying, minerals are so critical. They bind to free radicals. They build your DNA. They're supposed to rebuild your DNA. And today you're getting a fraction of them, even if you're eating fully organic. This is like extinction level. Like if you were the Extinction Rebellion who thinks the climate's going to fucking kill us, well, actually eating food deficient in minerals will massively shorten your lifespan, and you will be completely gimped if you don't get enough minerals in your system. And so these minerals are cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. It's the full matrix. We're giving away this bottle for free to one of you who guesses how much it costs to get my freaking account back. And we have 40 seconds left, so get your asses ready, man. This alien probe, though, we're going to get into that as well. And the files, it's actually it's a lot to unpack. So get your popcorn. I'm also having a chocolate right now. Chocolate. We're actually giving away a few of these as well, because in celebration of getting my freaking account back, the beautiful chocolate organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which stimulates stem cell production. It's super detoxing. It's delicious. It's considered the Aztecs like prayed to it. It was an ancient superfood, man. Cacao is one of the top superfoods in the natural world. Price is right. Exactly, Brookie. Can you guess if the price is right? $4.50, I will say, is low as hell. So anyone who's guessing low, you have literally, I guess technically actually time's up. Okay, so we'll extend this deal for 1 more minute. So we'll do a lap there, and boom. You have 1 more minute to everyone get your guesses in ASAP. I'm telling you, man, I'm talking free minerals, rather, $60 bottle of minerals you will get for free, shipped to your best address, your house. All we need to send it to you is your name, your social security, and your address. I'm just kidding. We don't need any of that shit. Don't worry. Just your address, the best address. But yeah, so my point is that minerals are literally key, dude. Like, you cannot willy-nilly around minerals. They're absolutely imperative. And also what's interesting is, people are drinking alkaline water, and they're alkalizing their food to be able to, they're thinking they're alkalizing the body. But do you know what actually alkalizes the body is not food at a particular pH. What optimizes because if your body was fully alkaline right now, you know that you'd be dead, right? Like, you will die if you're alkaline. Your stomach's got to be acidic. Your skin is a bit acidic. Certain organs are a bit alkaline. If you were just full blanket label, white label alkaline, you'd be dead. What optimizes the pH of all of your different organs are minerals. Minerals ignite the pH of every single one of your organs. You need all of them. Okay, time's up. We're giving away free minerals, and congratulations to everyone, your entries. One of you guessed it bang on the money, not a dollar or a dime short or long. One of you guessed it completely perfectly the amount. It was $8,000 to get the account back, and Troubled guessed it on his fourth guess. Flat out money. So shout out to Troubled. Troubled, DM me on Instagram. Now that the Instagram is back in celebration, we'll send you your free minerals. For everyone else, we are still doing a big giveaway in honor and celebration of getting my account back, which was shocking, man. Can you believe it? Some mole works at Instagram and he's chill, and you grease his wheel and he turns your shit back on. Could you imagine? I wish I knew that in 2021. Yeah, Kendall and I know it was crazy. So we are giving away free bags of chocolate powder tonight, the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which is super detoxing. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. It's got the full matrix of 1 billion antioxidants, which binds to all kinds of free radicals and contaminants and excretes it out of the body. You will love the chocolate. I'm drinking one right now, and I'm talking about heavy metal tested, certified organic, and genetically tested to be heirloom. You have never had any type of cacao like this before in your life. I used to drink cacao all the time. I never got organic heirloom cacao. It's freaking shocking. So this is the way the deal works. And by the way, Troubled, dude, you lucked out. It's not luck. God literally said to Troubled, well, with a username like Troubled, I'm just saying, what's with that? Like, is that a reflection? Are you troubled? Well, we just alleviated some of your troubles because you're getting free minerals, dude. And I think that everyone is in trouble if they're not getting minerals into them that are bioavailable at all times. So shout out to Troubled, man. To get the free lit, the way we're doing this deal, you guys have seen me post before, obviously the Shilajit. Like my name, Shane Vibes Truth, is like, there's a fucking YouTube video 6 hours long talking about how I promote Shilajit. Yes, Shilajit is a superfood. Genghis Khan took it, Putin takes it, Vladimir, or what's his face, Bruce Lee, Genghis Khan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, some of the most biggest giga chads know that Shilajit is a superfood and we should all be taking it. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It stimulates the production of new brain cells, so you have way sharper memory, concentration, and focus when you're taking it. That's the #1 supplement for men and women. If you get our Shilajit, it's hot water purified and it's clinically studied. Most Shilajit is a very shocking, strange contamination of heavy metals and water. It's funny, they call it Shilajit concentrate, but Shilajit in its natural form is solid. So to get it into the tar resin that you have seen Shilajit in tar resin form before, it has to be diluted with water. So it's a scam. They call it concentrate. It's fake. So this is the way the deal works. I just put the link in the chat. Quickly click the link, chalk.com, so that you get bumped first in line. That is Chalk, which is based in the United States. They ship out of Georgia. They're founded in Texas. They got an all-American customer service team. This isn't some willy-nilly Indonesian, Malaysian fucking tech support people. Like, this is America, okay? And I'm in Canada. You guys do know that. So this is the way the deal works. Shout out to the United States, the country that revolted over 3% tax on tea, which is freaking dope, man. You need to keep that spirit. Don't let yourself be American and think that you shouldn't be freedom-oriented. And don't let me tell you about it. I'm Canadian. So listen, chocolate, the way to get it is this. For the first couple people who go to chalk.com and add any supplement to their cart, the Shilajit, the ashwagandha, which, by the way, like top 3 supplements at chalk.com is the ashwagandha. It's a hormone optimizer. It massively boosts melatonin production. You feel like $1 million while you're taking it. You get 1,000 times better sleep. It boosts fertility. We have 43 clinical studies on it. Most ashwagandha is farmed in China. Ours is certified organic. Go to chalk.com. If you add any supplement to your cart and you apply that code 53life, it drops the price on the subscription by 53% off for life, which you can cancel or modify at any time. Automatically, you're going to get a free $60 bottle of the Chalk minerals included in your order. But the first 2 or 3 people who get a male or female vitality stack with that code drops the price 53% off for life, and you get a $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. I can honestly say, with the amount of, we just found out, I don't know if you guys are in California, with the tool fog that is full of heavy metals and parabens and toxins. There's also fog all across the East Coast. Apparently people are experiencing fog like Lou, where it's foggy as hell. And this ain't no normal fog, dude. You know that in St. Louis, Missouri, starting in 1974, they sprayed radioactive isotopes on the citizens in America. The American military sprayed, and apparently over Canada as well, they sprayed fucking toxins to test them, biological weapons, on the populace. But they would not do that now, right? They would never do it again because all of a sudden they stopped testing things. Do you actually think that? And do you think that there's a rover on Mars? All this shit is fake. They're still spraying us. You can see the chemtrails every day. So if you think it might be a good idea to start detoxing some of this crazy stuff, Shilajit detoxes you, ashwagandha optimizes you, The tomcat that's in the male stack massively surges testosterone levels 87% in 21 days. It's clinically studied. And the Chad mode, which if you guys have never had the Chad mode yet, I mean, just listen, okay? Why do you say that, Luke? Chad mode, organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, and organic blue spirulina. The blue spirulina binds to heavy metals, phthalates, microplastics, pesticides, fucking, atrazine, glyphosate, you name it. It's one of the most powerful binders in the natural world. And with that organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, we're talking about an energy drink / pre-workout. You can take any time of day. I don't recommend taking it near bedtime. You'll be flying off the frickin' handle, dude. It is absolutely amazing. You got to check out the Mr. Chad mode on the site. And of course, ladies can take that too. So cheers, guys. In celebration, just vibrationally hug me here. It's so great to be back on Instagram. They shut it down, man. They shut it down. It's like that meme. Shut it down, So cheers. I got a lit going. If you guys want to drink a lit with me right now, that would be great. If you don't have a lit, you will get a lit if you are the first person to go to Chalk, first couple people to go to chalk.com and add a male or female or the performance stack to your cart, and you're getting 53% off for life on your subscription, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, of course. Now, Luke, according to my back end of Instagram, we're surging, dude. They are, we just dropped a post. When did that get posted? 6 minutes ago, 6,000 views. So we're surging, man. I don't think it would tell me, dude, Instagram is funny now because it used to be a mystery if you're shadow banned. It's no mystery now, man. It's, they'll tell you if they're stopping your, if they're stopping your reach, but they're not. So we're freaking giving her, man. But yeah, so also shout out to Copper Rock and shout out to Trouble, who said he's not troubled, he's just aware. I hear you, dude. I freaking hear you, man. It is an interesting thing with what's going on today. It's interesting. So I think that, apparently he's coming back. You guys know that, right? We know that Noah's Ark was real. They found it. It's on top of Mount Ararat. We know that giants were real, which were also mentioned in the Bible, of course, the Nephilim. And they actually found a giant bone, a thumb bone. So this part of your thumb, this bone here, they found that on Mount Ararat in the soil, but it was this big. So we're talking about a giant thumb bone of a giant, and that's what said was what Noah's sons were giants or something. I don't understand it fully, but all I know is this. You can remote view. Hold on a second. You can remote view, and you will find out indeed that did happen. Jesus did exist, and it does say he will be coming back. So I think he's coming back, dude. And I think that they will maybe fake one, and then the real one will actually come. You know what I mean? So I type your name in search and you do not pop up. I had to search you, then click on accounts. Usually I should type in the first few letters. Well, we'll see, I guess. But seemingly right now, it is okay. It popped up when I searched it. Maybe your search bar is oh God, dude, pictures are coming out from the island. They actually released the files, dude. Holy shit. Where's the Stephen Hawking with the midgets? Dude, this is bad, man. Michael Jackson was there. And there's kids in every freaking picture, man, but they blocked out their faces, of course. Holy crap, man. I don't know if the giants are still here, other than a couple giants in... they found a giant in a cave in Afghanistan. The Afghan giant, they called him. That's a crazy story. If you guys have ever looked at that, the entire U.S. military at the time in Afghanistan, the rumors were going around that the Afghan giant was a thing. And the story goes, this was a very physical confrontation with this freaking giant. And they went and anyway, they came to a cave entrance, and a giant came out and speared one of their guys. They shot him, they killed him, and then they airlifted his body back to somewhere in the United States. And that word spread around the whole freaking army. The whole battalion was talking about this, um, of an Afghan giant, man. And apparently he was red haired. And the Afghanistanian people will tell you that too. Like, giants are in their folklore. In fact, bruh, have you read any fairy tales lately? I found an old fairy tale book, Reader's Digest Best Fairy Tales. There's like 100 of them. Like 50% of them talk about giants. Where did we come up with this big idea of giants? I know someone joined, they're like, why isn't he talking about the Epstein files? He's talking about giants. Well, I do feel drawn to talk about giants a lot. Apparently, a bunch of people are on the site right now, by the way. So if you're on the fence, make sure you go to chalk.com, put the coupon code 53life on the subscription. Drops the price, 53% off for life, cancel or modify at any time, and you will get the free bag of chocolate powder, $100 bag, organic heirloom cacao, included in your order if it is on a male or female stack. But if you get a single supplement, you get a free minerals included in it. The Middle East is, of course, that's right, Brookie, exactly. So, dude, I have barely even, because they just released them, these files, and so much of it is indeed redacted, but I'm seeing like Michael Jackson. Oh, they're drinking San Pellegrino. Oh, I guess they were big fans of that. The pool, the Greek pool. I should like screen share this with you guys. Lots of pictures though, man. Holy crappers. Now, also though, side note, because the files are like shocking and interesting and all that, but I'll wait for someone to summarize it. What is actually affecting millions of people's health right now is the fact that this radiation fog, a guy from LA collected it, and apparently it turns into a thick jelly-like substance. Now, just so you guys know, not to like fearmonger, I mean, if you choose to be fearful, like don't make it think that I impose that on you, but they never stopped experimenting on us with spraying stuff in the atmosphere. Last year in the spring, there was a fog that blanketed like what, 70% of the world. Everyone was talking about this fog that wouldn't go away. And I don't know if it's like parasites, if it's black goo, if it's if you know what black goo is, if it's smart dust. It could be a combination of all three. Smart dust is it's nano-sized microchips. It's a microchip that's smaller than like a strand of hair wide. Like it's micro smart dust. And apparently this is part of the transhuman agenda. Apparently they're trying to, you guys have heard that they want in the end goal to merge us with machine, right? And I always found it funny that it's a bit of a play on words that Monsanto, uh, they call themselves a biotech company, which is biology and technology. And what's interesting about that is that's what they want to do to us, is merge our biology with technology. That's exactly right. Shout out to TP. He said transhumanism. That's what it is. And so I'm seeing the mass promotion of anything AI, and it's conditioning us to eventually accept it being like more involved in our lives. And then eventually, now that people are wearing technology, wearable technology is the step, of course, before implantable technology. It's conditioning us. I was on TikTok, and there are like posts with millions of comments and views talking about how like ChatGPT is like so great, and it's like their friend, and like no one understands them like ChatGPT, and they are like buddies with ChatGPT. And I thought my cousin was fucking crazy because she sat there for 8 hours on her phone talking to chat. But now I realize that is in fact the case with millions of people. Now, that is the kind of person or people who would take the microchip, who would, you know, merge themselves with artificial intelligence because they will be sold the idea. that it makes you superhuman, when in fact, it makes you inhuman. But my point is that you guys can figure this out. Some of you guys are thinking about this. They are spraying us with smart dust. They are spraying shit in the sky that has nano microchips in it that we are inhaling. And apparently, which is spooky, it is self-assimilating. So it builds itself in your body, which is weird. Now, my question is, though, why did they push the vax so hard if you don't need to take that? You can just inhale the air and get the chip. And they're still pushing for actual full-blown implantable technology, like Elon Musk's thing he just announced, that people who are like blind will be able to see now with his technology. And I think this is a slow roll. Like, first it's like, if you're deaf, like I'll give you a microchip and you can hear again. Or if you're blind, I can give you a microchip and you'll be able to see. But eventually it's going to be like, enhance your human body. Yes, enhance and become stronger and upgrade yourself with a microchip. That's what it's going to be. But I'm just wondering, because they are 100% confirmed whistleblowers, artificial intelligence, intelligence agencies are behind it, spraying citizens with smart dust. Hitachi makes it, but there's other companies as well. And so this is why we talk about detoxing, by the way. If you may be thinking like, oh man, like I've seen a lot of posts on your page about the Chad mode, like take it easy. Well, I'm one of the few people on my page, because I'm not posting about smart dust. I already learned my lesson. I'm not going to be posting about smart dust again, because if you infer that like governments are spraying microchips on people, like that is the most fact checkable post you've ever heard. So I will not say that. But whenever you see me post about the Chad mode, which has the blue spirulina, which detoxes heavy metals and parabens and fucking phthalates and pesticides, it's because I know that the majority of normal people, as you know, we could say, are chugging fluoride, eating GMOs, which is a depopulation agenda in itself. Just those two things. And I'm not even talking about the Wi-Fi, the cell towers, the smart meters. And you know what's funny? I know already some people, I know a normal person goes like, dude, I don't know, man, like you're a little bit extreme. Like you really think about all this stuff? God put me here and I was drawn to learning about fucking chemtrails and smart dust and pesticides and Monsanto. It's just what I don't know how I could go back to not thinking about it. You know what I mean? So it's just here we are, here I am. And this is what goes on in my mind, is that the frequencies from cell towers interact with the heavy metals in your body, and it's mass mind control. And smarter people than me posted that video in the first place. That's how I even know about it. But yes, I do think about that. And I think that it's more important than ever. If it was just GMOs and fluoride, like we can do things about that. We can do things about it regardless. But I know, me too, Brooke, I know. Like vaccine, you can say that word on here finally. Like, fuck, I know. Tell me about it. Shout out to Brookie. Like there's whistleblowers saying that there's it really is a weapon system with the frequencies combined with the metals, combined with the like phthalates and all these different contaminants. And the way Deborah Tavares said, it's a slow drip, low dose, everyday toxin to lower the consciousness of people so that they're more easily able to be controlled. So the way I see it, by coming out, exposing some of this stuff, and then saying, hey guys, did you know that there's like this company that like basically makes detox kits, things that you can drink and take that are actually delicious, that have organic, natural superfoods in them. And you can detox it and enjoy it and share it with your friends and family. I mean, it's that, or just meditate. Like meditating, you can unlock DNA strands and all kinds of stuff with meditating, which I do. But the more you can, I figure like, yes, power of the mind is the most important thing, but also blue spirulina is pretty freaking good for you, dude. Congratulations to who just got the Shilajit and the Chad mode. If you guys are watching and you just heard the deal, we're giving away freebies tonight in celebration of my account getting back. So someone just went to chalk.com. They added a Shilajit and a Chad mode. That's the blue spirulina, organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, natural energy drink. Someone just got that, and the Shilajit, which is the #1 supplement for men and women at chalk.com, which is the hormone optimizer, detox, fertility, brain function, memory, clinically studied. Someone just got both of those with the code 53life, 53% off for life on their subscription. And because of that, they're getting a free $60 bottle of the chalk minerals included in their order, which again, cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. Full matrix, rebuilds your DNA, boosts brain function massively. And also, funny thing about minerals, which is in rather the Shilajit as well, and the Irish moss, which is in the female stack. Anything that has, if you're taking minerals from the Shilajit, the minerals, or the Irish moss, you are absorbing more nutrients from the food you're eating already, because every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. So if you're taking the full matrix of minerals, you're getting way more nutrients from the food you're eating already. It increases nutrient absorption and nutrient delivery, which is pretty freaking cool. So if you get a male or female stack at chalk.com on this live, you're getting a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. And if you get a single supplement or anything less than a stack, you're going to get a free $60 bottle of minerals. Shout out to Jazzy, who's in the middle of a monthly fast right now. Holy crappers. So Jazzy, you know that, shout out to Bronson, by the way. What I found out about fasting, which I wish I knew when I was on my 8-day fast, but I'll just do it now. It's all good. Is that, get this, when you're on your day 3 of a fast, and day 2 too is pretty bad, you don't feel too well. You're all over the place. Your hormones, your whole brain, your whole body's freaking changing. Eh? But I found out, and I tested it with a 3-day fast, but if you are taking Shilajit on a fast, it quells the hunger, funny feeling, unfortunate feeling you get, and like the aches and stuff. Like apparently, if you're taking Shilajit on a fast, and it's actually real Shilajit, it like multiplies the potency or beneficialness of the fast. It's almost like if you meditate between 3 and 5 a.m., like that's equivalent to like hundreds of hours meditating at normal times a day. You know that, eh? If you meditate between 3 and 5 a.m. or 2 and 5 a.m., that is like the most potently shocking time ever to meditate. I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to set my alarm. I can wake up at 4:30, no problem. It just depends on the cycle, you know. Boom, bang, bing. Hold on. Shout out to Sunny, who is maintaining good health with chalk. Sunny, can't you just fast? I'll voice note you, Sunny. And shout out to Lou. Lou, just so you know, Butterdog is in your neck of the woods right now. Like he's literally right next to you. He should probably just go visit you, to be honest. Bring you some chalk. CJ said, walking in the footsteps of giants that see unseen of the realm of a higher power being manipulated to go against God's design. You know, someone would call you crazy or like a super weirdo for saying that, but I hear you, man, and I agree, man. And your secret is safe with me. That is literally true. Cheers, guys. I'm having another sip of the chocolate. Well, Sonny, my late father-in-law also had his colon taken out, but the whole thing, not a piece of it. They said it was because he was a firefighter huffing in fumes and whatnot. It is shocking that firefighters do get exposed to a crazy amount of chemicals, man. Isn't it interesting? Like, let me just say this, like, shouldn't firefighters and even police, you know, and paramedics, like, do you think the billions that we send to like Ukraine and stuff might be better off like helping out those who save lives during emergencies and save lives of citizens of the country that then pays the taxes? Like, you think things could be a little bit better, right? Like, it's not like there's not money to go around, but they just send it to bullshit. Like, wasn't it RFK or one of those guys exposed that like Canada and the US both did this, but they sent like tens of millions of dollars to Uganda to teach them about like gender identity or something? That there's no fucking way they actually taught that until I see a video of a school in Africa getting taught about gender, I believe that money was probably just laundered. There's no fucking way. I mean, they'd be like, "What, dude?" Yeah. I guess you're wondering about the files. I honestly, like, I literally, to be honest, yeah, I know this is the title and everything. But I don't know if we're gonna get what we thought we're gonna get from these files. Are people gonna get in trouble from it, or is it just gonna be like pictures of Epstein doing stuff we all knew, like the shocking weirdo stuff over there? I don't know that we're gonna see, like, think of celebrities. Like, are we gonna see Bill Gates on the island, like with a kid sitting in his lap? I don't know. They're redacting half of the shit anyway. You know. 350 said, there are many giants. New book, Nephilim giants look like clowns, red hair, etc. We have been lied to big time. Explain what you mean. Like, are you saying, yeah, there's different species of giants for sure. They're not all the same. Apparently, there's also titans, which are like giants. You know what I mean? What does meditation actually do? I've been aware of the lies we're told without any minerals or an awakening. I started questioning the digital ID and have gone down the rabbit hole of history. That's freaking awesome. Shout out to Josh, man. Um, while meditation, my understanding, hold on a sec. Dude, so meditating is basically, if you think of a tuning fork, if you bang a tuning fork and you bring it close to another tuning fork, the tuning fork that hasn't been touched starts vibrating and resonating at the frequency of the tuning fork that's vibrating. This whole reality is a big vibrational frequency. And when you meditate, you like tune in to the frequencies. That's actually, I don't think I even, if someone asked me years ago, I'm sure people have asked me, what does meditation do? And what I would always say is, like, it's just the best basically thing you can do almost in this life to tune into the inner, which unlocks this stuff, wisdom, synchronicities, like it activates you. You become freaking givener. Your consciousness increases. So I'm glad that you went down the rabbit hole of digital ID and the history, which is fake. Meditation, as much as it seems like a hippy dippy thing to do, it is, like, I think, one of the top things that's we should be mastering lucid dreaming and dream recollection. Meditation is huge. That's why people talk about, dude, let me tell you this. If you start meditating, if in the morning you meditate, you sit down, you close your eyes, and what you do is you try to think about nothing. This is what a meditation is. You try to think about nothing. And when you're sitting there trying to not think, you'll see how many thoughts come into your head so often. And you're going to be discouraged, like, oh, I can't meditate. Like, I keep thinking about shit. I'm trying to just not think. That's the craziest part about meditation, by the way. It's like you don't even realize how many thoughts are going through your head in a day until you sit there and try not to entertain a thought. So that's why they say when you meditate, try to just focus on, like, your breathing. But here's the thing. When you're sitting there meditating and your thoughts go and you realize, actually, I've been sitting here for 5 minutes thinking about stuff, and then you bring it back to, okay, try not to think about anything. That is part of the meditation. You're not doing it wrong. It's like you're exercising a muscle, the muscle to sit there and not think. And when you do that, you get better and better. And it's not like you come out of the meditation and you're like, like, I understand it's not so sudden. But if you start meditating, like, they say it alleviates this, that, and the other, like everything is increased. It's all about your brain and your consciousness and stuff. It's pretty freaking strong, man. Okay, hold on a second. Apparently several people are on the site right now with stuff in their cart, The first guy got the Shilajit and the Chad mode. Congratulations to him. And several people on the site. If you're on the site, make sure you put the discount code 53life on there. Do not pay full price when we're doing the 53% off lifetime discount. And again, if you get a stack, a male stack, a female stack, or the performance stack, I'm telling you, you absolutely have to try the Chad mode. Please get the Chad mode. You will be freaking thrilled. It's delicious, man. It's not too sweet. It's an energy drink. It makes the drink blue. It makes the drink bluer than you've ever seen. It's the bluest blue. It's as blue as a blue sky when it's super blue and there's no chemtrails. And it detoxes chemtrails from you too. It's got blue spirulina. If you get a stack, you're getting, if you're one of the first couple people, you're getting a $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order. Lou said, isn't it awful when they think we're nuts and they're brainwashed? Yeah. You know, the thing is, Lou, is that, yeah, I know. I mean, it's a funny dichotomy, right? I'm the only person in my life that meditates. No friend or family member does. They're all sleepy sheep who hang on the whim of everything the news shoves in their face. Jazzy, I mean, you're not alone. I mean, but I'll tell you, you are exactly where you're meant to be. So don't, you know what you could do? Like, acknowledge that your family is sleeping sheep, but don't complain about it. So you can acknowledge and recognize that they are completely asleep, but do not complain about it. Apparently, for one, demons love complaining. It's like a low vibrational thing. And furthermore, we talked about this recently, but you don't have to, you can choose to do whatever. But if you live this life starting now, and you actually believe what I'm about to say, if you believe that everything that happens to you is good, no matter what it is, and you submit and you trust that whatever it is working out to the highest power, for one, you're in like a micro minority of people who have that level of consciousness. And for two, you unlock basically timelines. You know that when my account got deleted, do you think I was like sad? I saw my account, this big notice, your account suspended. And I literally said, oh, this is good. Because everything that happens to me is good. And there's some reason that this happened that I may not understand. And I already know something that I learned from it. So this might be the whole reason for that in the first place. I got my account deleted for copyright. After that, I did a huge deep dive. And now, even though you can still get copyrighted green screening a picture, like I think I'm like 99% way better off now than a week ago before my account was deleted at making sure I'm never doing any copyright shit ever again. There's a way around it. There's a bit of vagueness though. Okay, hold on a second. So, but my point is that you have to think to yourself that everything is good. And I don't care what happens. Your car breaks down, your tire gets popped, something that you would perceive as a negative thing, you have to perceive it as a positive thing. You don't have to, but if you do, that frequency, everything's a frequency, like unlocks blessings that your consciousness maybe doesn't even understand is possible right now. Sunny, for example, she has a huge, this, I was going to say this tax bill. I don't know if you want me to bring that up, but I did as well, Sunny. But it's good because it's going to make you do something that you weren't maybe going to do if you didn't owe all these taxes. I'm not saying taxes are good per se. Obviously, they're a bit of a fucking scam, but you know what I mean? Everything's good, man. You guys got to think about that. Okay, so apparently someone just got a chalk Irish moss. One of you crazy people just got a Irish moss, which is this one? No, this is action. So pretend this says Irish moss. Someone just got Irish moss at chalk, which means they're getting a free bottle of the chalk minerals in their order, which means we have 2 left to give away. The moss that we have is certified wild crafted from Nova Scotia in Canada. Most Irish moss that's on the internet There's a lot of willy-nillys. Shout out to copper. Um, there's a lot of willy-nilly moss, which is farmed in the Caribbean and it's full of microplastics. Ours is wildcrafted from Nova Scotia. It's got the full matrix of minerals. It increases nutrient absorption. It increases lung function, oxygenation, and because it has the full matrix of minerals, it binds to free radicals, phthalates, heavy metals, and rebuilds your DNA. So congratulations to who just got the moss. That is in the female stack. The next two people who get a male or female vitality stack and you use that code 53life, you get the $100 bag of chocolate powder, which is the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. Josh said Rothschild means red shield. Yes, that's right. Which has an eagle on it. Is that not the eagle Hitler used? Well, the eagle has been used since like Rome, but I know like signs and symbols will rule the world and all that, but yeah, it's definitely on the US crest. Hanging out here has made me look like a condescending DH at times. Well, how so, Copper? Yeah, Luke. I mean, the thing is, Luke, is that I mean, I've had conversations with family that at the time I thought I was like red pilling them, but really I just kind of like put myself in a category in their mind so that they don't really take anything else I say seriously. But so you got to pick your poison, man. You got to kind of meet people at their level is the best thing to do. So, like for example, any guy, uncle or grandpa or family member or cousins can all agree that like we're getting taxed too much. So you can start by being like, it's such a scam, man. Like we're fucking taxes, eh? Oh fuck, I know. And then say, and segue to like, and you know what's crazy too? And you know what I say sometimes instead of being like, fluoride is toxic. I'll frame it. I'll totally make up this part, but I'll be like, did you hear like a lot of people are talking about how like fluorides being added to the water and like there's these studies that came up and they found out that it's actually like poison and it's like super bad for you and it's like totally toxic. So a lot of people are talking about it right now. Instead of you directly saying to them like fluoride is toxic, frame it to be like a big group of people, not me, are raising. Did you hear like there's a big protest because like some documents came out and it's like confirmed that like they're spraying us with chemtrail, like chemical, you know what I mean? So that is actually one way you can, that's a personal life hack. You don't necessarily need to make it sound like you're the one, uh, you know what I mean, doing that. Hold on a second. Let me make sure this is good. Yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? And that has worked. Oh, I've used that time and time again, man. See, boom, bang, bang. Yeah, Luke, I mean, otherwise, I mean, but again, the food thing, like I've been telling certain family members for a long time, like uh, the conventional grocery store meat, like just don't eat it. Like you got to get organic, pastured, go to a butcher. And here's the thing. If the consumer knew the conditions of the meat, and I was vegan, if they knew the conditions of the meat that they get versus that of the actual small business owner, farmer, butcher, and what the amount of work he puts into it versus this corporate ass factory farm shitty toxic ass GMO chemical vaccinated fucking animals, like it's a no-brainer. But the fluoride makes them not care, and so it's hard to break through that shell sometimes, but it's true. I go to the butcher and he's like, dude, I'm not even look, my meat's more expensive, but I'm driving an old Ford Ranger. Like, I'm not raking it in here, man. This is what I got to charge to stay in business. And the regulations that a small butcher has to go through compared to that of Walmart, it is absolutely stacked against small businesses. They want it to be all consolidated and corporations controlling the whole thing. Because I'll tell you why. It's not just profits. Everyone thinks it's profits. Profits, honestly, is not why. The reason is they want to, if you're dependent on Walmart or whatever major grocery store, then it has control over you. They want your options to be extremely small so that they have more control over you. Asher said, is even organic grass-fed beef from Aldi bad? I've been thinking I want to buy a whole cow. If you have land, honestly, I can tell you this, in Grenada and in ancient times, if you had land, like you basically were, for lack of a better word, and respectfully, retarded if you didn't have some type of animal being raised there or food being grown there. So really, yes, if you have land, you absolutely should try your best to do something on it. Dude, when this deal goes through, we're going to have cows and dairy cows, actually buffaloes. And if you know that if you have a couple of cows, first thing, a man's wealth used to be judged by the number of cows he had. So think about that, guys. If you're a guy on here, are you poor because you have no cows, or are you rich because you have a herd of 10 cows? You got to think like this. You know that if you have a number of cows, you get free meat if you sell a couple of them. Like, you eat for free because you housed them and then other people bought them, and then like you can eat for free. This is what my late father-in-law always said. So we got to be thinking about this. If you can have cows, get a cow now, dude, before they ban them or mandatorily clone vaccinate them. I mean, it's just shocking. Mrs. Where'd she go here? Boom, bang, bing, boomity, bing, bing. Daisy said, what's the take on zeolite for detoxing? My understanding is that the zeolite market kind of got a little bit like something funny going on with it. Honestly, my main thing from all my research was some of the most optimal and best detoxes you're going to get from organic blue spirulina. Like, this is just so you guys know, you're wondering like my relation. Why am I talking about the Chad mode and whatnot on my page all the time? I helped formulate Chalk's stuff. Okay. So for example, in the Chad mode, we went with blue spirulina instead of green spirulina because blue spirulina is way more potent at detoxing. And through a particular water purification process, it doesn't smell or taste like the ocean at all. That's a main problem people have with green spirulina. Is like it tastes like fish, like it's like the fucking ocean. Whereas the Chad mode, blue spirulina, super purified. There may not be a more potent binder like in the world than blue spirulina. It's one of the top. And the interesting thing is that because shilajit is a potentiator, which means it increases the potential of any other herb or food taken with it. If you're taking those in conjunction, dude, you are detoxing the heavy metals, the phthalates, the pesticides, the free radicals, the atrazine, which is the one that reverses the gender of frogs that's all over the place in the water. Dude, RFK said that our tap water in most cities in the US has more atrazine in it than the frogs that literally turned gay in tanks. They didn't turn gay, but their hormones were reversed and the male frogs started growing uteruses and shit. He said that per parts per million, and if you compare it, like there's more atrazine in our tap water than there was in the tanks that made the frogs reverse their genders. So we're seeing like an assault on our consciousness, our genders, our fertility. It does seem that they want you to be infertile for sure. So that's why we're detoxing. That's why we're talking superfoods. Congratulations to who just got the Irish moss, by the way. Again, the next 2 people who go to chalk.com and get a male or female vitality stack and use the coupon code 53life, you get a 53% off lifetime discount, and you get the $100 bag of the chocolate powder, which I'm drinking right now in a delicious hot chocolate with raw milk, raw buffalo milk. I'm telling you guys are going to freaking love this. And honestly, you could just get a single supplement with that code. It comes to like 20 something bucks and you get the chalk minerals. But dude, to lock in, I know I keep calling you dude, sorry. To lock in a 53% off lifetime discount on a stack, like a performance stack or the male or female stack, like I would go big. This is max savings. And then you also get the max freebie, the lit. But other than that, forget about if you've never even seen a cow before, Mrs. Asher. I keep calling you Miss, dude. I know you're a dude. Sorry, man. I'm about to buy a quarter cow. But even that doesn't actually last as long as you may think. Like, just go to halfers. But the more of a cow you buy, the cheaper it is too. Like, you and a friend might want to go halfers on a half cow. You know, um, you know what's funny? Like, lamb, fish, and I say this based on who I am. But if one of you guys live in like Yakutia or something, you might have a different thought. But I can get tired of lamb if I have it a couple nights in close proximity. Turkey, you can only have one night, and then you got to watch out. We're all mirrors. The website is choq.com, choq.com, and that coupon code, I just pinned it, or I commented it, is 53LIFE, 53 life. And by the way, just so we're on the same page, again, Chalk is based in the United States, ships out of Georgia, founded in Texas, all American customer service team. And we have, by the way, now we just breached 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, which is the #1 reviewed website. But the reason why I'm telling you this is because every single one of Chalk's supplements, whether it's the Shilajit, the ashwagandha, or the Irish moss, or any of them, there's something about every single one of Chalk's things that sets it apart from the average stuff. And don't even take my word for that. Go look, dude. Like, the ashwagandha, 99% of ashwagandha you get on Amazon is farmed in China. And notice how it doesn't say, you can go to look at ashwagandha Amazon. It's like premium product. Like, where does it say what country is this coming from? They never tell you. Whereas Chalk's is organic and heavy metal tested and clinically studied. The Shilajit, same thing. Instead of it being tar resin, which is a dime a dozen and pennies on the dollar, it's super cheap, and they have maximum markup on it. It's hot water purified and then clinically studied. So just so you know, when you're looking at stuff at Chalk, it's not like it's freaking potent. And anyone on here who's taking Chalk can comment their thoughts of how they feel taking it as well. Major clinical studies. I wanted to say too, yeah, Sonny, I do picture you having a homestead 100%. So you're going to manifest that for sure. What was I saying though? Yeah, you can't really get tired of beef, but I know some guys in Yakutia, they eat fish every day. They don't get tired of it. So it's a acquired taste. What are your thoughts on grocery store meat? My brother was telling me how they mix hundreds of cows together in the meat. Oh yeah, dude. Ground beef from the store could be like 1,000 different cows. That's also why I go to a butcher who I know, because it's one cow that went into that. It's freaking crazy, man. 1,000 cows. You know what the increased risk of like a disease is when 1,000 cows go into the same pack of ground beef? It's shocking, dude. And who knows if that's lab grown now. And hold on a second. Tell your brother, Asher, that they also use modified atmospheric packaging now, which is where they put a gas into the pack of meat to stop the meat from going gray, because otherwise it would be gray and old and gross. And it's called modified atmospheric packaging, and it's banned in Europe. Josh said the idea of cows causing climate change, we need to, yeah, exactly. Tell me. Daisy said, we buy half a cow and we use the tallow for other things, cuts costs in other areas. So super worth it. Daisy, 100%. Couldn't agree more. I couldn't believe how much freaking tallow I got from that quarter cow. I still have a freezer full of tallow, or just fat. I got to render it. But Basecamp said, when will the glutathione be back in stock? Guys, just so you know, Basecamp, I'm like 99% sure he has pretty much every single Chalk thing that there is, supplement, the lit, the Chad mode, and the Apex. I'll announce when it's back in stock, but I don't know off the top of my head if it's going to be a little while. But I know it is awesome. Luke, dude, Luke, where in? Wait a minute. Luke is in Ontario. Sunny, I have a good memory. Shout out to Larry Bird, man. I know you guys are just shocking, man. Larry said, is that a fake fireplace above you? It's not a fake fireplace. It's a video of a fireplace. I definitely wouldn't have a fireplace on on a nice dresser, as you say. But it does look real. You'd never know. But who the hell has a fireplace that high up? No one. So come on. um, yeah, it's supposed to be -20 Christmas Eve. It's supposed to be quite cold in a moment here. Yo, Butter, the page is really popping off right now, from those 2 reposts. Good thing you're allowed reposting. Hold on a sec. Yeah, space is fake. I know this is like, I don't know if we're gonna really get into it right now, dude, but um, just so you guys know, the reason for dinosaurs, space, and evolution, those are 3 conspiracies to take away the truth from God or of God, and to hide the fact that we were created and that we live under a firmament. Um, the dinosaurs, space, and evolution are all diametrically opposed to the creation story. They are all completely fake. And dinosaurs were dragons. There is no space, and the Earth also is not billions of years old. It's actually pretty fresh. It's actually quite new. I don't know if you got. I mean, it's very new. In the UK, there was plans to ban fireplaces in homes because it contributes to this climate change. 100%, dude. They were trying to make people register their wood fireplaces in whatchamacallit, in Quebec. And they're doing it apparently to save the climate. You know what's funny? Some smarty pantses. So I have a wood stove downstairs, and so this is not some willy-nilly fireplace. It has a catalytic converter built in to where once you get the fire to a certain temperature, you engage this, you put it on low mode, it reburns the smoke, because smoke is actually gases that are combustible that haven't burned. It reburns it again, and then there's literally no smoke coming out of your chimney. And it actually smells totally different than a wood fire sometimes when it's on that mode. But anyway, so some smarty pants figured out how to meet the emissions requirements while still having a wood fire. So there's some pretty cool inventors. You know that like 90% of the inventions in world history, 95%, came from like a 1,000 or maybe 700-mile squared area in like Germany and Austria. All the craziest inventors, think about them, that's where they're from. I know someone's going to say, what about, I'm just saying, look it up. It's pretty crazy. Okay, hold on. Apparently, several people are on the site right now, and a few people have stacks in their cart. If you guys have a stack in your cart right now, make sure you apply the code 53life to unlock that discount. And if you place your order, you are getting the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder, which I am drinking right now. So make sure you apply that discount. Again, you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. Just keep in mind the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to make sure you get a consistent dose to experience the full range of benefits. But even just 30 days of taking it, of course, is better than 30 days of not taking it. But it compounds. Like, think about how many years we've been exposed to fluoride, GMOs, chemtrails, you name it. Let's get a nice 90 days straight of superfoods into our system, you know? Oh, wow. California made it so you can't rent unless you've replaced it with a gas one or remove it. Wow. Oh, you hear that? Wow. No shit, Josh. Of course it is. Of course it is, dude. The reason they don't like wood stoves has nothing to do with the climate. It's because you don't have to pay taxes on firewood that you harvest yourself or you buy from a guy and you give him cash. They want to control every single dude. It's funny because maybe that would fly in like California, but in certain places, like in Canada, there's no fucking way they're going to be able to ban wood stoves. Like, They're not. They know in certain areas this will not fly, you know? And that's really freaking cool, Lou, that your husband vented your wood stove into your bedroom. That's awesome. The chimney going right through it. That's awesome. Larry, chill, Larry. Hold on a sec. You know what it is though? I know what it is probably. Um, it can't be your primary source of heat. If you tell an insurance company that your wood stove is your primary source of heat, they like won't insure you. Then I Googled it. I say, okay, what do they want to hear? And it's less than a cord or two a year. So I just said, yeah, it's really it's for ambiance every once in a while, you know. Yeah, the Washington flood is insane, and Oregon too. And they're not talking about it as much as you'd think. I mean, it's as bad as many billions of gallons, I think, as Texas got hit with. So that's obviously HARP. I mean, people think it's climate change and whatnot, but it's shocking, man. And the other thing that's crazy too is that I watched that video, that documentary GMO OMG, and it's interesting. You know, they say if you give people bread in circuses, they'll never revolt, right? People are bred and circused up right now because you have a French scientist who comes out and says that glyphosate, a tiny drop of it in these rats' food, made them infertile, have tumors, and have no testosterone and have no sperm count. And he comes out and talks about that. And we are allowing 1 billion pounds at least to be sprayed in North America per year of this shit. Like, that is in itself would be a cause for a revolution and a revolt. 1 billion pounds of the most toxic chemical you can think. They're spraying it in North America. And that's in 90% of people's bloods. I'm not saying it's in your guys' blood, but it's in 90% of people's bloods right now that they tested. They did like 100 people from every state. I'm sure it's the same as in Canada. Um, and they have traces of glyphosate in their blood, which is obviously a hormone disruptor. It's a fertility, a testosterone off a cliff. That's another reason we're always talking about the Shilajit and the Chad mode, because it detoxes you from that and it boosts fertility and whatnot. Oh, congratulations, whoever just got a stack. Someone just got a male or female stack at chalk.com with the code 53life, which unlocked a 53% off lifetime discount, which they can cancel or modify at any time. And because they got it while we're live, they are receiving a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in their order. Congratulations to who just got the stack. You're going to freaking love it. Let me know if it was a male or female stack. But either way, both of them, you cannot go wrong when you're getting that ashwagandha and the shilajit. And in the female stack, it's ashwagandha, shilajit, and Irish moss. And in the male stack, it's the daily, the tomcat, and the ashwagandha. Absolutely amazing. Superfoods, clinically studied, certified wildcrafted, or certified organic, depends on which one you're talking about. Now, yeah, I know Copper Rock. It maybe actually not that severe of a flood, but like it was kind of crazy. What I wanted to ask is, what is the new HVAC systems, Brookie? She says it's, where did she say? It's like Tesla cars, but for HVAC. So it's like super AI, because that's shocking. Me too, Luke. Shout out to Luke and Josh, man. You guys must be buddies. Oh, Larry Bird with the Fullerton Informer. That guy does sound woke, eh? Oh, shout out to Conscious Health, who just congratulated me for getting my account back. Um, but yeah, it's very shocking and interesting, man, with all this stuff going on. I know this. Apparently, when the Liberals won in 2018, one of the things on their list to do, or what they said they were going to do, is I'll tell you about it in 2 seconds. Shout out to Butterdog. He said, "What is the site and code and freebie? I need more chat mode." Shout out to Butterdog, dude. The website is chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. And the discount code is 53life. Dude, I would go and just get a full blown stack and a Chad mode, man. And then you'll get the free lit powder included in it as well. 53% off for life, man. You cannot gimp that. Like, that is insane. Usually it's like 20%. But this is in celebration of getting my account back. But so the Liberal Party on their thing, it said that they would allocate like hundreds of millions of dollars to hire new like inspectors for making sure homes are energy efficient to help us meet our climate targets. And what that really means, if you know what they're up to, I'll tell you exactly what it is. The plan is, and they will put lipstick on this and make it seem cool, but what it actually is they're good. They want to go around. They haven't done it yet, so maybe they're just talking out their ass. But they do. They are planning to do this. Go to people's homes for insurance purposes. Shut all your doors and windows. Put a fan on the front of your house, your door. Seal it. Turn it on, and see how much air can be sucked through your house when the fan is on and all the doors and windows are closed. And they'll give your house a rating for how energy efficient it is. If your house doesn't meet the energy efficiency limits, you either pay a shitload in taxes because you're causing the climate to change, apparently, or you have to pay to renovate or retrofit your home. And if you can't afford any three of those options, you got to move to a smart city. And apparently, they're going to tighten up the requirements, and more houses will be considered not energy efficient enough. And it's part of Agenda 21. Now, the strange part is that my parents told me that when they got their first house, or the house I grew up in, that they had a guy come out and actually do that. But I don't know why. I can't remember if they were going to get like a thing for it, or if it was like something that was it actually benefited them. That's why they did it. But that's what I heard Deborah Tavares say that the plan is. And the problem is homes that are super airtight, like the new homes, are completely toxic, man. We're not meant to live in an airtight box. We really aren't. And especially a new home with all the off-gassing materials, because unless we're talking about a new home that is organic straw bale or freaking cob or clay or something, um, it's all these toxic Chinese materials. So you don't want an airtight house, man. You want airflow, really. And of course, you can open a window and everything, but it's just we're not. I mean, squares don't really exist in nature. We're in rectangles. We're all in a house right now. I mean, unless some of you guys are out and about. Anyway, I digress. Shout out to Copper. I'm glad it's not too rainy there, man. I know it's shocking though. I mean, that rain came down. Yeah, the bread and circuses though, man. Of course. Lou is in a log cabin right now. Is anyone else in a log cabin, or is it only Lou? I can just visualize right now, Lou. That's awesome. Do you guys have much snow, Lou? Sonny said I'd never want to buy a new car either. Well, that's what the new car smell is, a bunch of off-gassing chemicals, man. And it's all tracked and traced. I think you want a car that's pre-2008. Doesn't have all the tracking and stuff in it. And is EMP proof. Like if you get a car that doesn't have like minimal computer systems and the ignition is not computerized, then there could be an EMP and your car still drive. I don't know if I'm really worried about an EMP though. No, I wasn't worried about my account. I knew it was in God's hands. So I said, if I'm meant to get this account back, we paid the guy, and we should be getting, whatever's meant to be will happen. So, okay, Lou, we have the same weather then. Lou, how close are you to me? Hold on a sec. Okay, hold on. Someone just got a Shilajit. Congratulations to who just got the Shilajit. You are getting a free minerals in your order. Someone just got a Shilajit 53% off for life, which comes to less than $1 a day. And they're getting the free $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. We're going to be closing down the deal soon. So if you're on here, you're on the site, chalk.com. I just posted it in the chat. Get a male or female stack, man. Congratulations to the guy who got just the Shilajit, though. But I'm just saying, 53% off, lock in on a stack, 53% off. And then you get the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder as well, which is delicious, detoxing, organic, and heirloom. And you can drink it with me on the next live. Wow, Lou. Well, you're pretty far. You're like 8 hours away, but on the same latitude. Actually, on a flat Earth map, yeah, still probably the same circle. That's awesome. You are in a really good spot, Lou. It's my understanding that the newer spray foam insulation is bad and promotes mold and holds the toxins in. 100% base camp. 100%. It is the new spray, dude. I remember I was working on a cottage, um, and the people who owned the cottage had the shop or the garage spray foamed, and they had living quarters above it. Which, by the way, do you have any idea how much bullshit you have to do and deal with if you want to put living quarters above like a garage? They make you pay, like, the permits and everything are crazy because they know you can make a lot of money from renting out this totally isolated unit, or this is an independent unit. And so you have to pay. I mean, it's just such a fucking scam. By the way, before I tell you about this, I went and got propane, and I helped this lady bring a big propane tank into her car. And the propane guy told me that she is living in a trailer while her house is rented out, and with her family. And the town says you can't rent out your house without all these upgrades. And they can't afford the upgrades, so they're selling their friggin' house. And I just thought, it sucks, man. Like, oh well, it's meant, if it's, again, everything is good, so it's in God's hands. But I mean, I'm thinking, I'm sure they wish they could just stay in their house and not need to sell it to live. Like, it's just interest and everything is such a satanic plan, man. But anyway, so I'm working on this thing, and the lady, the wife of the husband who owns the place, says, like, don't go in there much, or like be careful in there because they just spray foamed it, and like it surely is like cancer causing, and we're gonna find out in like 20 years. And that was the first time I heard about spray foam being toxic. Can you give a short explanation, shout out to Josh, of the Ice Age and the message behind the flooding? Something to do with Noah's Ark. Good question, dude. You may be somewhat asking the wrong guy, but my understanding, and I mean by that is I'm not fully too versed on all that, but my understanding is I don't even know if there was an Ice Age. Like, I don't even know if I believe that. Like, says who? I barely believe in erosion. Like, it's all fake. But I know things erode, but I'm just saying, like, the way they described the Grand Canyon was from erosion. A lot of people don't think so. But apparently, I actually don't understand the whole story, but my understanding is that there was a flood. God flooded the earth because there was a lot of sin and evil stuff going on with the giants, the Nephilim, who were eating people and cannibals. And That's also, if you read any of these fairy tales, all the giants were not chill. Like, they were bad giants. And he flooded the earth to wipe all that away. And then, I don't know if there was an ice age, but, and he stuffed every animal into that damn Noah's Ark, which, by the way, they found all kinds of bones and fur when they core sampled and drilled into Noah's Ark, um, which was huge, by the way, on top of Mount Ararat. They drilled into it and they pulled out all kinds of different animals' hair out of the ground on what otherwise, if it's not Noah's Ark that landed there, it's a top of a mountain. And they're drilling into it and finding animals that don't live there's hair in the mountain, but it's shaped like a boat and it has like nails and iron deposits at, what do you call it, perpendicularly in the same spot, like 10 feet. Every 10 feet, there's like a deposit of iron. That's a bunch of nails. Anyway, so Noah's Ark is there, and you can go to the museum there, and they talk all about it. But it's still technically, they say it's like not confirmed or whatever. But I believe it's Noah's Ark for sure. But yeah, I don't. Otherwise, yeah, I'm still learning, Josh. I mean, I haven't read the Book of Enoch, but apparently there's a lot of info there about giants and them sending the angels to Earth to cut down the giant trees, which are Devil's Tower and stuff. And you don't need to know what kind of saw they used. I mean, they probably used something quantum, you know? I know, Will, it is pretty freaking cool. Hold on a sec. Shout out to Life of Ryan. That mountain you mentioned, is that, as we know it, Mount Everest? No, it's Mount Ararat. Ararat. And it's in Turkey. And it's pretty shocking, man. Yeah, exactly. Cheers to the lit, guys. If you're drinking the lit with me, cheers to that. I will say too, something does happen when you combine a bunch of different superfoods at the same time. I'm talking like sleep, memory, focus, and brain function. And honestly, dreams too, of course. If your pineal gland is at all functioning, you're going to have way more vivid dreams and you'll remember them too. Which is a big thing because apparently, it's a third of our life we're asleep. If you can remember all that, that's a lot of more life you're retaining. We'll talk about lucid dreaming. We're going to do the last call on the free lit and the free minerals. If you're still watching, you haven't tried chalk before, it's a pretty smoking freaking deal. 53% off for life. Cancel or modify your subscription at any time. But keep in mind, the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. Go to chalk.com. If you get a male or female or performance stack, you get a $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order. So, I mean, that is a freaking, comes to what, less than, it's like $1 something per day. Lou, I want to talk to you more about your house. But guys, we're back. We're fucking back. We're back on Instagram. We're back on Rumble. We're going to rumble our asses off and grow this Rumble so that Instagram, is all good no matter what. And thank you guys all for joining. We'll see you on the live possibly tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure. Bit of a family gathering action. We'll see how late it goes. But we're definitely going live. Just make sure you turn on live notifications so you know exactly when we're live on here. And if you have an account, welcome all the new people, by the way. Josh, Luke, freaking Larry's not new, but he's chill. Mrs. Daisy, Mirrors, all you guys, all right? So we'll see you on the live imminently. I'm going to make some posts, get caught up on Instagram. Much love, everyone. Thank you for coming to the live, and we will see you on the next one, all right? And this is the last call. We'll extend the deal on the freebies as well. So just DM me on Instagram after the live, all right? Okay, much love, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.